Hello everyone, welcome back to HMC Med Kitchen with Dr. Williams. I'm Dr. Williams and I'm glad you're back joining us today as we continue to cook. Today we're going to be making some coconut pecan cabin granola. One of the things we like to do at HMC Med Kitchen is take things that people think are healthy, that they often buy and may be expensive at the store, and show you how easy they are to make at home and how you can make them even healthier when you do it yourself. And that's what we're going to do with this granola today. So let me tell you what's in this granola. It's pretty simple and straightforward. We have 6 cups of rolled oats. We have a cup of pecans. And what I have is a cup of walnuts, but you can use any other nut. You can use almonds or hazelnuts, whatever you might have at home works fine. This is a cup of whole wheat flour and a cup of coconut, and then we have 1 cup of oil. And for this particular granola, I like to use a combination of about half coconut oil and about half olive oil, and then a half a cup of honey, and that'll be mixed together. And then we have some spices. We have a teaspoon of cinnamon, about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I like to add just about a half a teaspoon of nutmeg and a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. I think that just gives it a little extra flavor. And basically this is just a combine and bake recipe, so it's very easy. So let me get a bowl and we'll mix these things together. So we put our oats in, and then our nuts, and then this is again a cup of whole wheat flour, and then our spices, and then we just mix that together. Very simple and easy. We want to get those spices coated throughout the oats so that flavor is there for every bite. And then again, this is a cup of oil, and again you can use any oil. I think since I'm making this a coconut granola, I like to use coconut oil, and then I use a combination then of coconut oil and olive oil together, and then I mix that with my honey. So there's a cup of oil and a half a cup of honey. That's the ratio that you want to try to stick to when you're making granola. So we'll just mix that together, and then we just add that to the bowl. Very simple and easy. And then again, we just stir to get that oil and honey coated on all those oats. That oil is going to be what helps our granola be nice and crunchy when it's all done and ready to eat. And I think the other thing that you'll find is not only is this healthier than what you get at the store, but it tastes a whole lot better too. All right, that looks pretty good. I think that's pretty well coated. So what we do with this now is we put it in some baking pans and just put it in the oven. We're going to bake this at 350 degrees, and we'll bake initially for 20 minutes. We'll pull it out and stir it, bake it for another 10 minutes, stir it again, and then we'll add our coconut at that point and cook for another 5 to 10 minutes just to let that coconut get nice and toasty. All right, it's time to stir our granola. It's looking pretty good and toasty. All right, that's looking good. We're going to put that in for another 10 minutes, and then we'll add our coconut for just a few more minutes after that. It's time to check on our granola one more time. We're going to stir this again. And then we're just going to sprinkle our coconut over the top of it and let that toast a little bit. We'll put it back in the oven for somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. We want to be careful, we don't want that coconut to burn, so we'll check that in about 5 minutes and see how it's doing. Here's our coconut cabin granola fresh out of the oven. It's still hot, and I'm going to let this cool for about 30 minutes. That'll let some of these oats stick together and give us some nice chunks. A serving size of this granola is about 3/4 of a cup, and that's about 390 calories or so. This granola can be stored in a Ziploc bag or an airtight container and stays good for 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm sure you'll use it up before then. Thanks for joining us at HMC Med Kitchen. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time.